Hi there. So you guys took part in the Blogging Buddies.
Yeah.
So how do you think it worked out?
It kind of didn't work out for me because my blogging partner, like, never actually even talked to me. He never even looked at my blog. Like, he looked at it once when the teacher said we had to. So, kind of didn't work out for me.
Did your teachers have you, blog in your e-portfolio every week and look at your Blogging Buddies and comment in
Yeah.
your Blogging Buddies?
Yeah, they wanted to do that, but not everybody did it.
Not all the teachers did it, huh? Okay. So, how are your feelings about, the e-portfolio? Do you think it's a good program?
Yeah, it's fun to blog about what you like to do.
Okay.
And I think it's a good memory of your school year.
Okay. How do you think we could make it better?
Like, maybe we should have, like, people, like, in our grade, like, we know to be our blogging buddy, because when I met my blogging buddy, he was an 8th grader, and, well, I kind of didn't know him a lot, so it was kind of awkward talking. Like, like, in my blog, I write what I think is good for me.
Uh-huh.
Like, sometimes the teachers might say, oh, no, it's not that good for a blog, but I like it, and, like, my other friends look at my blog, they like it.
Okay.
But sometimes the teachers think it's kind of not school with.
Our e-portfolio program.
The portfolio program, it's really fun. It helps people talk about what they feel about their course subjects and what they do in class, and it makes the students think more about what it helps them do in life.
Do you like blogging in your e-portfolio?
Yeah, I think I like it.
You think you like it?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
There's some good parts and bad parts.
Okay. So what are some of the good parts?
The parts that, like, if I write some e-portfolio, I can think back to myself what I did on it. So, like, when I get older, I might look it back and remember what I did when that year and think about it.
And then some bad parts?
I'm kind of lazy.
Okay. So in each class, do you get the same amount of time to blog? Is it a weekly kind of thing, or is it like a monthly kind of thing, or what?
It's same, but, like, their time given is same. Like, it depends. Like, end of the project, we sometimes get time to do the reflection, and I think only, like, end of the project we do it.
So it's just mostly end of the project, not necessarily all the way through to reflect about your learning. Like, okay, all right, that's good to know. Any advice on what we could do better?
I think it's going pretty well, so maybe in this pace, I think it's good.
Okay. If you had, like, more people reading your blog, do you think that would motivate you to write better blog posts?
I think so.
You think so? Do your parents and family members read your blog?
Like, when we got to share it, like our conference, we show it.
So you don't share the URL though and keep them posted? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Great feedback. I have some wonderful 6th grade teachers here with me, and I just have a couple questions for you guys. So, what are your feelings in general on the e-portfolio program that we have at AISC?
Okay, so well, for the students, I think it's a great way for them to reflect and keep track of their work. It used to be that we would tell them exactly what to put on their e-portfolios, but now they sort of choose more what they put on there, and they kind of put a lot of stuff on there. They put a lot of their reflections, their projects, and we suggest for them to do it.
It's also a great way for them to share with their parents what they're doing and their progress from the beginning of the year to where they are right now. So
yeah.
So do you, as teachers, go in and read their e-portfolios often and comment?
Not so much commenting, but they often put like a link to the project that they've uploaded, so we can check to see that they've put it there, and then there are reflections on there as well. So I don't think we've commented that much on it. I think, yeah, that's not.
Well, we read their if we're asked for reflections, we read their reflections
Yeah.
before they comment on it. So
Right.
then we make comments on the reflection and then they post it. So
Oh,
I guess
okay. So
that's
it's kind of a final piece. It's
kind
not
of a final
okay.
piece. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. So do you think that I guess other classrooms are doing e-portfolios the same way in the middle school, or do you think there's a wide variety of
I think it might be a wide variety, but I think in 6th grade it
We're
seems
doing
like
the same thing.
we're doing similarly, I think, from
what can we do better to make the e-portfolio program even better at AISC?
We need more time.
Right. Yeah, there's really not enough time for the students to comment on each other's blogs or for us to comment on their blogs. Because by the time we get everything else done and they get things uploaded and they reflect, there's just not enough time to build that piece in. So we just need some more time.
Hey Scott, so we're talking about the e-portfolios, and I was just wondering, what can we do better for next year?
One thought I had is if maybe just integrating the e-portfolio more into the everyday curriculum, and that way it wouldn't have this separation between the portfolio and the curriculum, and everything would just kind of flow more organically, and the e-portfolio would probably build up in a more robust manner.
Hi Michelle. So we're talking about e-portfolios, and I was just wondering if you have any helpful feedback so we can improve the program for next year.
Hi, Laura. Well, as you know, this is my first year at AISC, and honestly, it's probably the most tech-heavy school I have been at since I've been teaching, which is about 12 years. I kind of have kept moving and missing that. In regards to the blogging, initially, I was like, oh my God, it's something else that I have to do. And then I found a pattern for myself, and for the most part, because we have an 8-day rotation, I tried to use day 1 and day 2 and give about 15 to 20 minutes once I kind of got into a pattern to give the kids to blog. There were some cycles that the kids had more to blog about because they had just gotten maybe the instructions for a project, or there was a new idea or concept that we had just learned. Some of them, I think, were maybe a little bit light on the entries simply because of where we were in the unit. Certainly the most information that they have, which we just did a blog, a big end-of-year project that the kids had to do research, and they reviewed everything they learned, so there was a lot for them to talk about. And I gave them sort of 5 guiding questions, and that one I actually had to give them a lot more time in class to do. But I also think they're getting a little bit better at blogging as well. So the end of a unit coupled with them having a little bit more time and practice, I think is one reason why this one might be a little bit more heavy. Do I read them? Usually I scan them mostly when they're writing to give information, or like, hey, remember you did this and like you struggled but it turned out well. But I don't really have a whole lot of time. I think part of it being my first year with the new curriculum and everything, to go in after hours, so to speak, to look at it. So it's more about guiding when I walk around, just make sure they're doing it.
Hi, I am a parent of a middle school boy, and I attended the parent coffee that Seth and Laura led for signing up and getting involved in your child's learning through subscribing to their e-portfolio on Blogger. So, I subscribed and I get those emails, which is great, and I have commented, but when I go back and look at the blog, I don't see any of my comments there. So I asked my son, did you get my comment? And he doesn't want to approve it because it's a little embarrassing to have his mom comment on his blog. So I'm not getting responses via commenting from him, but it does spark a good topic for conversation at home. I can ask about his learning. I know that the blogs are also used to lead a 3-way conference, which I attended, and that was actually really fantastic. He had all of his learning laid out. He led the conference. He had some artifacts to show. Okay, stop. And then my son also has some other subscribers back in the U.S. His grandma subscribes to his blog, and his aunt subscribes to his blog, and they too comment. And I actually have seen some of their comments approved, but I don't see him responding to those. So I don't know if he feels like he doesn't want to comment, or maybe he doesn't understand that it's a dialogue, or and you know, reading through his blog posts, there's definitely a difference between the different classes and the quality of the post. I know the purpose is for students to reflect on their learning, all aspects of their learning. Some of the classes, I can tell, must really help guide them through that process because they're really in-depth and thoughtful reflection, and others are more or less a list of activities that he had done during that day. So one is really useful if you want to know what he did, but you don't really know what he learned. But the other one, it has some really in-depth thinking, and you can really get an idea of how well he understands.
Do your teachers give you the same amount of time in each class to blog in your ePortfolio?
Well, in some classes, teachers give us a little bit of time because they also want to do other things. But in other classes, they're really persistent, and after everything we do, we have to write a portfolio post.
So do you post more like just projects and stuff, or is it like the process of your learning, like you reflect about what you're learning, or is it different in each class?
Well, it's a little bit different in each class, but mostly it's about things we do in class, and we reflect on those.
Okay, guys, how do you like ePortfolios?
I think they're a nice way for people around the world to like keep up to date with what you're learning in class. And it's like when I look back at my posts and find out that like I don't remember doing things in the past, and it's fun.
Do your family members read it?
Yeah, my mom reads it, and so now she knows what I do in class. So
cool. Does she comment?
Sometimes.
Okay. Does it motivate you more?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.